All right, welcome back. It's been a little bit since I've done a video here, but I recently listened to an album that was recommended to me by a coworker. Average White Band, self-titled album, Average White Band, 1974. I believe they are a Scottish group. This is an album and quite frankly a group that I've never heard of before until I was told to listen to this album a couple days ago. What a total surprise. I did not think that a group of white guys from the UK could create such masterful funk and soul and just put it into a really brief but lovely album. They have such a similar sound to the Bee Gees, and I even get a little bit of a Michael McDonald, Doobie Brothers sound, but it just has this undeniably grandiose infusion of funk, if you will. When he told me that the band was called Average White Band, I kind of thought it was like a joke, or this was like some contemporary indie band, because that's kind of what he listens to. I figured it was like a contemporary indie band trying to be funny, or like having a play on that name. It's actually quite the opposite. It's got, like I said, just kind of like Barry Gibb or Michael McDonald, but it just has this little bit of a slight twist vocally. I think they're Scottish. Can't tell that they're Scottish to me, to my untrained ear. I knew of one song, Pick Up the Pieces, due to its signature riff and percussion. I'm not familiar with it. I just recognize the sound. I can unequivocally say that this is exactly what I look for in my music. It's constantly a battle trying to discover things from the past that I will listen to forever. It's a struggle, I'll admit. But this in particular, 70s funk, has a very special place in my heart. And it's not even something I have to truly understand. It's just, good old-fashioned soul music. I actively listen to and enjoy music without having to take it very seriously, and that's what I want. Sometimes that's what I want in music. I give this a 12 out of 10, passes with flying colors. Each song will probably become a staple in my playlists, and it's a pretty big achievement. I can't even give you a favorite, but everything about it, it's just each song is such great tempo, and there's great build-ups, and it's a sound that just generally makes me feel good about myself, and I think that's something that a lot of people look for in music too. They could be singing about the world ending, and it would still sound incredible. And I guess that, does say that lyrically it may seem that their songs are insignificant, and that may be true. I don't know. I didn't really listen to lyrics, that you're not really focused on the lyrics when you're listening to this kind of music. And I'm okay with that. I will say that the song There's Always Someone Waiting is actually quite meaningful, and probably the only one that caught my attention when I first listened. It's got a pretty interesting message about someone looking to take their girlfriend, like someone else is looking to take their girlfriend. It's kind of interesting. Hence the title, and it's pretty straightforward explicitly with the lyrics. It's the only song where I felt like I actually listened and I wasn't just feeling the groove. I understand how this music has stood the test of time, or this kind of music has stood the test of time, not this particular music, because obviously it's heavily influenced by music of the past, but it also has a heavy influence on music of the present through different regions in our country. But obviously this all goes without saying that obviously a group of white guys from Scotland didn't invent soul music. They clearly represent the universal language of music and how it transcends race and ethnicity, making it something that, we can enjoy without borders or discrimination. So again, I would give this a 12 out of 10. I have no favorites because they're all my favorite, and I have no least favorites because they're all my favorite, and they're all fantastic songs. So it's just a stellar album from top to bottom.